Hey guys, we're here with Toronto's favorite judge, Gannon, who went 3-1 at locals today with Burning Abyss of all decks. How are you liking it for this format?
Honestly, it's not very good, but it's really fun. Like, it's definitely my favorite deck of all time. I've been playing it since it came out, so yeah, it's just amazing to play.
Awesome, well, let's get right to the list.
Alright, so first card is 1 tour guide. This card's at 3, by the way.
Okay.
So you never want this card to get negated, because it's always, like, if it gets negated, it's stuck on the field and you can't special summon any VAs anymore, because they'll just die immediately, so like, there's nothing that the card will do if it gets negated. Like, that's it. That's the only reason why you play 1. It's sort of the same thing with Rhino, but with Rhino, like, at least if it's on the field and sent to grave, you can, like, send anything from your deck if you need to. Yeah, if this gets, like, impermed or something, it's kind of stuck on the field, but, like, at least it has a graveyard effect, where this just does nothing. For the BAs, 3 Seer and 3 Graph. You have to max out on these, there's no reason not to. I only play 2 Skarm. There's only 1 good target for it in Tour Guide. You can search the rest, but like it doesn't really matter that often. And then I play 2 Libic. This is probably a mistake, I should probably only play 1. Yeah. It's fine to draw, but like drawing 2 of it just does nothing. Same with like drawing 2 of these guys, it does nothing, but like at least these are good names, whereas this is just an okay name. For the 1-ofs, which is probably weird, 1 Farfa.
Shout out to Farfa.
So like, the reason behind 1 Farfa instead of like 3 Farfa or 2 Farfa is because like, yeah, if you draw it, it's fine, but you really only need to use it once. And like, again, drawing multiples of this one kind of like hurts your hands. Like, it just doesn't do anything on its own. So like, that's why I only play the 1. Then I play with the 1 Alec, and the 1 Barbar. So Alec's kind of the same reason as this, but it gives you a good thing to send off Beatrice. Because like, actually, with this deck, you're not summoning Beatrice that often. Like, believe it or not, this deck is supposed to blind second. So you just summon Dante, make Zeus. So like, you're not really summoning Beatrice that often. So like, you don't really have cards to send it, but like, they're in here in case you want to, and this thing's for time. And then the last monster in the deck is just 3 Ash. Could be anything else, like any hand trap you like. I just like Ash right now. It's just very generic. Onto the spells, 3 Econ. One of my favorite cards in the deck. I love this card. It helps you make Zeus way easier. And like, it sort of outs their board. Sometimes you have hands where it's like a BA and an Econ, and like they kind of conflict a little bit, but like you just go special activate steal. So like, yeah. 3 Book of Moon. It's sort of the same thing as Econ, but like it forces them to negate this, and it doesn't use any of your other resources, which is why I like it. And it also puts a monster in defense mode, so your Dante can freely attack, which is really important. 2 Desires. I hate this card. Like, actually, every time I activate it, I banish 3 Seer somehow. Like, I don't understand. This card sucks, but you kind of need to play it. And then 2 Talents. I don't know how I feel about this yet. It's just okay. It was Raigeki for a bit, and then I swapped it to Talents, and like it's just doing the same thing Raigeki was doing. So, for the traps, I know I said this is a go second deck, but there's a lot of traps in it. So 3 Skill Drain. It's just a Floodgate that's really good. 3 Imperm. Kind of need some sort of hand traps in your deck, or else you're just going to lose to everything. And then 3 Waybridge and 2 Jaruma Cannon. So, going second, you draw one of these 2, it just kind of clears the field. Like, this will send everything but 1, this will book everything and then send all the links, which is really important, which is why there's traps in the going second deck. Yeah, that's about it. They're just like good field clearers that aren't floodgates, because the floodgates will stick around, whereas these will go to graves, so you can special your BAs. Onto the extra deck, 3 Dante. You don't really need 3, but like, it's always nice to have the extra one in case Castiro wants to rip it out of your extra deck, because you can't really play the deck without the Dantes. 1 Beatrice to pair with the Dantes, then Pilgrim to pair with the Beatrice. I actually summon this a lot because I crash my Beatrice a lot, so yeah. Darius and Machinex. So you just sometimes it's not best to go into Dante, because it doesn't clear a body that you need to clear in order to make the Zeus. So you just go this into this, and then attack over anything in the game. Yeah. Oh yeah, also, this thing has a hidden effect where it detaches 2 materials to absorb a monster that activates its effect that turn, which also absorbs pendulum monsters, because pendulums are still technically monsters in the scale. So you can absorb pendulum scales, which is really cool. Doesn't come up that often in this format, but it came up a lot last format because it's super heavy. Fortune Tune, it's just an easy way to make Zeus. If they have like Widow Anchor or anything that'll interrupt your Exceed summon, you just summon this, then swing and then go straight into Zeus that way. Yeah, that's the only reason I play it. Also, it helps you grind sometimes, because especially going first turn 1, like you just summon this, sit on it, they can't kill it. So it goes to your turn, you gain 500, you do your stuff, then they still can't kill it, and then when it finally hits the graveyard, you just recycle everything and then summon it again. So yeah, 2 Downard. You don't really need 2. The first one's the most important one because it makes format Zeus. The second one actually does come up though if you have to make something big over your Dante, because you just go Dante swing and then you put this on top and then it's 2,500, which is not terrible. Yeah. And then 2 Zeus. Yeah, it's just 2 Zeus. You just need 2 Zeus for this one. And then for the links, 1 Cerberus, 1 Cherubini. This could be Phoenix. I just like Cerberus better because it outs random things that Phoenix can't out. And then the last card is Gravity Controller. You really need this. You just summon your Dante in the extra monster zone, make this, and then make Beatrice with it. That's the whole point of this. It also randomly clears Link monsters, which is nice. Yeah. And then for the side deck's kind of unfinished, but it's been working so far. 3 Wannabe, because I'm playing trap cards. I never sided this card in once. It's just there for moral support. 2 Bell. Having cards against Branded is really important because Branded is his deck's hardest matchup. Because the way they interact with me is just way different than every other deck. So you need cards that are able to interact with them better, like Ash and Bell. Because Imperm's not great because they're just going to play through it. And sometimes they have lost anyway, so like your Imperm literally does nothing. So like you have to be able to stop them from like recurring the resources, and also they just game a puppet you, which you can't do anything about, right? So yeah. 2 Vanity's Fiend, and then if you're forced to go first, it's nice to have this just to lock them out of being able to do anything. Don't side it against Runic though, as I learned, because apparently their Widow Anchor doesn't only affect special summon monsters, which is, I did not know that. Duster, 2 Cosmic for trap decks. Also against Runic, it's nice. Didn't draw it though. Yeah. 2 Barrier, 3 Anti-Spell. Wannabe gets into these easier, which is good. But yeah, they're just basically floodgates. This one I hate more because like it sticks around, so you can't really view your BAs. But this one's insane. Why am I only playing 2 of it? Because I only had space for 2.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile.
Not a problem.
Any last shout-outs?
Shout out to the Dysfunctional Family Group chat. You guys know who you are. Shout out to Toronto. Shout out to Go for Game for hosting the locals today. Yeah, they're pretty cool locals.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.